Welcome back to another episode of E-Weekly, your home for campus news. This is our final episode of the 2017-2018 season, and we here at ETV would like to thank you for tuning in and your continued support. This week, Evan Hensley has sports, Jaden Shorts has the dish, and E-Weekly has you in mind. This is E-Weekly.
Welcome to E-Weekly, everyone. I'm Sarah Poderacki.
And I'm Nina Maria Badalamenti. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you ask, this is our last E-Weekly episode of the school year.
It's been a really impressive year, though, with plenty of news to go around. The group also held their own as we only missed 1 week this whole school year. We'll shoot for the perfect record next year. Before we get emotional or say goodbye, we've got another full show for you this week. Nina, start us off.
On Friday, April 6th, Ypsilanti resident Maribel Rivera Martinez said goodbye to her husband and her 4 children and boarded a flight back to Honduras after living in Ypsilanti for 15 years. Her 3 youngest children were born in America, making them American citizens. However, Rivera Martinez and her oldest son, Darwin, entered the country without authorization in 2003. The father of the family, Oscar Medrano, came to the United States from Honduras in 1999 and went through immigration court proceedings in 2013, allowing him to stay here and with a work permit to legally work in the U.S. Rivera Martinez requested a stay of removal as ICE has granted it to her in the past. However, this time they refused to grant it to her. Her deportation was scheduled on March 27th. However, upon receiving the news that ICE was removing her from the country, she fainted and was rushed to the hospital, postponing her deportation to April 6th.
Eastern Michigan's financial report to the NCAA estimated the wrestling team was worth $290,000, when in fact they are only worth $12,000. EMU Athletic Director Scott Weatherby said the error was reported for expenses from the 2016 to 2017 season before he arrived, resulting in him being unfamiliar with the report until the Ann Arbor News reported it a week ago. Weatherby added that this was an honest mistake. Expenses that should have been credited to football and the basketball teams were coincidentally listed under wrestling. Multiple people were looking over this information as it was being made, but the error likely came from coding the expense incorrectly. Weatherby says the university will implement checks and balances in the future to ensure this doesn't happen again.
The Ann Arbor YMCA, Eastern Michigan University, Ypsilanti Schools, and Ypsilanti Housing Commission came in collaboration to create plans for a new Ypsilanti YMCA Child Development Center. The idea for this new center was created in consideration of a facility for children of EMU students, public housing residents, and Ypsilanti Community School District residents. It will be open from 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. on weekdays for children 18 months to 5 years of age, and will provide breakfast, lunch, snack, and an age-appropriate curriculum. The cost for the program will range from $35 to $55 per day, or $975 to $1,150 per semester for full-time care. Financial assistance is available on a sliding scale depending on the family income. The new child care center will be located at the former Chappelle School at 111 South Wallace Boulevard and will be opening early this summer.
Amidst the controversy of EMU's financial situation and the decision to cut 4 sports programs, EMU accounting professor Howard Bunzis says the school will lose money with these cuts. The university plans on saving $2.4 million by cutting these programs, but Bunzis says EMU failed to take into account the tuition revenue lost when athletes transfer to other schools. EMU also admitted to overestimating the cost of the wrestling program by $279,000. Bunzis concludes that the school will end up losing $61,000. His suggestion was for EMU's football team to transfer from Division I to Division II. The university responded to the Bunzis report, saying that savings will not immediately be realized this year, but in the years to come. The university's full response can be found on swim-swam.com.
There is more to come for E-Weekly after the break. Stay with us. We'll have 2 more stories each and carry on with the show after these messages.
typical day will start for the delivery staff because they are central to what we do. Our delivery staff gets here at about 9:30 in the morning. They get their route for the day. Then they prep their vehicle, they clean it out, make sure it's ready to go. They get their hot boxes all set and ready. Valley Food Services, who is our commissary for our food preparation, will come to Meals on Wheels between 9:45 and 10 a.m. They get here, we count out the meals, we temp them to make sure they're at the appropriate heat. Then they section them out and count, make sure we have the exact number of meals we need. And then they get the sides that go along with the hot entrees. And they have that bag and they put that in a cooler and then they load that into their vehicle. Then they do their exit checkout and then they're ready to go on their route. So typically they're out of here no later than 10:15, 10:30. Then they start their deliveries and it takes them about 2 to 2.5 hours to make those deliveries. So for myself and our office staff, I typically get here about 8:30 to open the office. We check our messages. Then we also do some prep work for the routes. If there needs to be some logistical changes for routing, we try to do that. Typically I start by answering emails from volunteers and from our funders. And then my work kind of starts into doing some grant writing and who I have to go meet with today if I have to meet with a funder or a partner program. And then Carrie does a lot more of the office work as well. So between our primary hours, Carrie will also probably do anywhere between 1 and 3 intake calls for clients who might need to get on our program. So she does that and it takes roughly about an hour to do that over the phone with a client. She'll kind of help with all the paperwork that we have to file from a state level, sets up appointments for our nursing staff and nursing students to go out and do health assessments for the clients on a daily basis. And then she also just kind of maintains the facility to make sure the upkeep is going well.
My favorite band just put out a new CD. I was super excited. I've been waiting forever for it to come out. But I was having a little cash flow problem. I asked some of my friends if they had the new CD yet, and they said I could get it for free if I found a pirated copy online. Without hesitation, I went on my computer and I found a website that had a free pirated copy, and I clicked download. It was that simple. After downloading it, I went to my computer and I opened my music player to listen to it, but my computer had slowed down to almost a stop. All I ended up with was a virus. Not my band's album. I guess when you pirate anything, you run the risk of an infection. Not to mention if you get caught, there could be legal issues. It really does pay to pay. My name is Emma, and I'm trying to be e-safe.
Welcome back to eWeekly. Before finals kick off and get going, Sarah has some tips for studying that might help you pass your classes this semester. Sarah?
As finals are quickly approaching, I thought I'd share a few helpful tips you can try out during the next couple of weeks. The biggest key is rest. Tired brains have a difficulty retaining information or being able to remember it at all. Even though 24-hour library hours are in place, be sure to spend plenty of time in bed before that test. Many suggest you stay active also. With summer rolling around and swimsuit bods just around the corner, you can benefit from exercising in multiple ways. Exercise prompts blood flow to the brain, which is vital when trying to take a test. Try to even do a couple of push-ups during exam week. It doesn't have to be rigorous workout. The final tip I'll share for today is to silence your social media accounts. It doesn't have to be all week long, but as you're studying, don't check your phone every 5 minutes. I do that. Breaking up the information you're bringing in is not as effective as going through it uninterrupted. Of course, you know yourself better than I do or any experiments do. Keep doing what's worked for you in the past, and most of all, best of luck.
On April 3rd, student organization Phoenix hosts its 4th annual Grammys event in McKinney Hall. This event awards accomplishments and favorites of EMU for the previous year. Phoenix is an EMU student organization that is a service-oriented and strives to educate and promote learning experiences, and is the first EMU organization that specializes in event planning, public relations, and media communication. The Grammys event was themed Las Vegas Nights and opened with a performance from EMU's gospel choir. All winners took home star trophies with the title of their award on it. Some of these winners included EMU Gospel Choir for Best Artist, Devin McLeod for Mr. EMU, and The Beautiful Black Woman for Favorite Organization. There were also various performances debuted, such as dance performances by the dance group Fifth Dimension, as well as EMU's Latinx student organization. Also, a poetry performance by Mac Holston of EMU's Poetry Society, and much more. The event proved successful for the 4th year in a row.
After the break, Evan Hensley will be back with Eagle Sports and a final goodbye on ETV. For now, Jaden Shorts has the dish.
Hey Eagles, it's Jaden Shorts, and I'm here to give you the dish for the last time this semester. This is my first semester with ETV, and even though you're watching, we want to expand upon just our current audience. We hope by next year, millions will be watching us. As great as that would be, we'd be fine with 200 people, honestly. But ETV has made some adjustments this year that will hopefully help our prominence around campus expand for next year. We upgraded both of our Facebook and Twitter accounts and have actively been posting. Not to mention, we have recently started uploading our videos to Facebook directly. We've definitely seen a spike in views since that audition. You can follow us at ETV at EMU if you haven't already. Another big question we often hear is, how can I join ETV? The answer is much easier than you think. Just walk in. Granted, you do need to take video production, but halfway through that semester, you'll be good to use the equipment in the studio. But if you're interested in being on air, a producer, director, writer, or take on other roles, you don't need any experience in that department. Seriously, if you or someone you know would be interested, email jstovall2@emich.edu or stop by Ford Studio B during the day to find out more information. As of now, ETV has still on the air and, of course, E-Weekly. But we're always open for more shows. Justin Stovall is still hard at work getting together the sitcom Mr. President. But if you have a show idea, let us know. Sports, politics, debate, we're open to it all. Keep in contact, Eagles. We'll have a good summer and a good next semester. That's all for me this year. Thank you for watching. I'm Jaden Shorts, and Evan Hensley will be back one last time after the break.
Hi, my name is Shanna Gilkison, and ETV has been a very important part of my life, especially for the last 4 years.
I got my start at ETV in my 3rd semester at Eastern from fellow students, and it's been a great experience.
Working with all these new people that I didn't know before, it's very awesome just seeing how willing people are to get together and create something from scratch.
Hi, I'm Shanna Gilkison for Eastern Weekly, and this is E-Walking.
I will also be hosting and producing a sort of like a late night style talk show.
Everyone that's here wants to be here. They care to be here. They want to work. They want to learn. And with that kind of environment, everybody benefits.
I tell you, I've been doing really well, very successful here at Eastern, but it wasn't until I really became part of the ETV club that I really felt like I was getting more of what I needed as a student.
We decided that we wanted to do things above and beyond our coursework, so I was part of founding the ETV Student Org.
It just so happened that Shanna was in one of my classes, and she told me to come, and I showed up, and it was very a very warm welcome. Like, everybody was very nice to me right away, and they actually had an idea to make a sitcom, or actually they called it a soap opera at that time, and they said they had they weren't sure exactly what they wanted, but they wanted one thing. They knew that they wanted this guy, his name is Ramon, to be their main character. I mean, that was kind of how the show Week at a Glance kind of took off.
Beyond Eastern's walls, when I'm done here, I'll probably be working with some people from ETV, again, professionally. And I think a lot of students don't take advantage of what they should with organizations on campus, and ETV is one of the best.
So I tried logging into my .emich account and it wouldn't let me in. So I went down to the help desk and they said I had already changed my password. No I didn't. Shortly after that, my apartment was broken into. Yeah, if you put 2 and 2 together, you know where they go, my address.
Uh-huh. They got my password, got onto my Emish account, and stole my class schedule and my home address. They knew when I wasn't going to be home. I should have known that a password of ABCD1234 isn't too hard to guess. Now, I'm more careful about choosing a password. I take a word that's 8 to 10 letters long that isn't too personal to me, and I change some characters around. For example, the word college, C-O-L-L-E-G-E. I can change the L's to 7s and the E's to question marks. Don't use college, okay? You have passwords for a reason. Take the time to make one that is unique and easy for you to remember, yet hard for someone else to figure out. My name is Daniel, and I'm trying to be safe.
I'm addicted to Facebook. I'm always on it. I was checking on my feeds one day when I noticed an ad to test and keep an iPad. So I clicked the link. All I needed to give it was my contact info. You know, home address, email address, cell phone number. Seems pretty easy to get a free iPad. A week goes by, and I never get a new iPad. And I noticed I was getting hundreds of text ads on my phone. Because of all the extra text messages sent to my phone, my bill went up $10. Yeah, I wasn't getting a free iPad. They were just fishing for my phone number to sell to advertisers. I know there are legitimate ads on Facebook, but if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. My name is Nate, and I'm trying to be e-safe.
Welcome back. This is Eagle Sports, and for the last time, I'm Evan Hensley. The Oakland Grizzlies found their way to Ostrike Stadium last night and pulled away a victorious with a 4-2 win over the Eagles baseball team. The now 10-19 Eagles let 3 unearned runs get the best of them in a matchup last night. With Scott Granzato coming into relief in the 4th, Blake Griffith immediately reached second base by an infield error. After a sac bunt and a single, the Grizzlies took a 2-1 lead. After a single and a walk, Mario Camaletti hit a 2-out, 2-run double to bump the lead to 4-1. The Eagles got one back in the 5th as Max Schumann hit his first home run of the season, but it was the last run for the Eagles. The 3 Oakland relievers came up big in the win as they pitched a combined 4 innings, while only walking 1 and striking out a whopping 8 guys. The Eagles will try to right the ship tonight against Concordia University at 6 o'clock at Ostrike. Yesterday afternoon, the EMU softball team traveled down the street to play the University of Michigan. The Wolverines wound up no-hitting the Eagles as Tara Blanco struck out 12 on 93 pitches in the 7 innings no-hit shutout. She also added some offense of her own as she connected in the 5th inning for her first home run of the season. A wild pitch and a couple of miscues resulted in the first 2 runs for U of M, 1 in the 2nd and 1 in the 3rd. The Eagles' bats could never get it going, though, as they only managed 3 scattered base runners throughout the game. Michigan improves to 31-7 and are ranked in the top 25 this season, as well as EMU slipping to 6-28. They played Toledo this afternoon. Amanda Akels was named MAC West Player of the Week last week. She went 6 for 8 with a .250 slugging percentage. She clubbed 4 homers and 6 hits overall while collecting 18 total bases. Miami couldn't figure her out all series long. They walked Akels 5 times in at least in the 3-game series. EMU's Office of Student Athlete Support hosted its inaugural Student Athlete Career Jumpstart event on Monday. Sponsored by Bush's Supermarket, the event provided EMU student athletes an opportunity to better their career development skills. With such a rigorous schedule, it can be tough to find time to focus on career building. This event provided athletes a chance to do network and begin job searching and building job skills. Student athletes interacted with professional organizations to possibly gain internship and employment opportunities. For the large majority of college athletes, professional sports are not a realistic option. This event has many positive factors and should provide to be a beneficial annual event. Well, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for watching our shows. I would like to personally thank some people overall. Thank you to Jonathan Knight for reaching out to me over a year and a half ago to come join ETV. Thank you to Michael Kermy and Kyle Warzebook for not giving up on a sports show and helping us rebuild the amazing time that we had on the Sideliners. Thank you to David Pierce Anderson for bringing me on eWeekly and filling in whenever the Sideliners needed it. Thank you to all the wonderful people behind the cameras and in the control room that have always helped us put together entertaining and fun shows over my time here. It has truly been a life changer for me and is pushing me in the right direction. It has been for real. So what's next for me? Well, I'm talking to a handful of TV stations for positions as a reporter, all of them being a couple states away. Thank you all for tuning in for one last time. Signing off for the last time. My name is Evan Hensley. I'll catch you on the flippity flip.
So I typically would describe Meals on Wheels in 3 words: support. What I mean by support is having somebody there every day you can count on, who's going to be there with a smile and a hot meal for you.
First, I would say that I would be with them if I could, delivering for the people.
Observant?
Oh, that's a tough one. I would say, well, more than a meal. I guess that's 4, but close enough.
It's helpful. I mean, just the fact that somebody's doing something for you should make you feel better.
Abundance.
Fulfilling is probably the main top one.
They're good.
I think that we are a compassionate organization.
I think it's great. I give it thumbs up.
It keeps us independent.
Yes.
It's the easiest, most fulfilling job I've ever had.
It keeps us independent so we don't have to depend on anybody.
Independence.
Caring and steady and present, like we're present for these people, every day.
Joyful, brings a lot of peace and a lot of happiness to you at the end of the day.
Sharing.
Caring, responsible.
I think vital to the community.
3 words? I think it's great, actually. Not trying to steal from Tony the Tiger, but yeah, it's great.
It teaches you portion control.
Loving the community that they work in, trying to make the community better.
Helpfulness.
Actually, it's fun. Believe it or not, it's really fun and fulfilling to be doing this type of thing.
Patience.
It pulls at your heartstrings, it does. And it doesn't matter whether you're out en route delivering meals or you're in the office on the phone.
Reliable.
Hope. So people feel like they have hope, that they can stay in their home for as long as possible. I think all of us want to be where we're feeling most comfortable.
Hidden, because we don't advertise. You know about the program, yet you don't think about the program.
I think we're out there helping people more than a lot of people even know, so I think it's a very helpful program. I think it's a much needed program that there's a lot of people in our community who just really could use a program like Meals on Wheels that maybe don't even realize that it's there for them.
Hey.
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
Close enough.
Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere?
Exactly. 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hi, I'm Gordon. I'm here about your job opening. Hi, I'm here about the job. Hi. The word you'll hear most often during a job hunt? No. One expert says you can expect 20 rejections before you get your first maybe. So don't be down on yourself. Be sure your resume is flawless, or you'll never see the inside of an interview suite. Be punctual for interviews, but no earlier than 5 minutes. A firm handshake is important. And look the interviewer in the eye. Don't be a downer, dude! Speak in positive terms about school and your previous employers. Sit alertly during your interview and show you're human. Smile a little. And follow up every interview with a thank you letter, expressing your interest in the job and why you think you're qualified.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities, our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer.
Welcome back to eWeekly. This is the last segment of the show. You know it so well. Everything you can do around campus this weekend. Gabrielle Reed has Eagle Encounters.
Welcome back to Eagle Encounters. I'm Gabrielle Reed, and here's what you can look forward to in this final weekend before exams. The Winter 2018 celebration of student writing will take place this Thursday from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. in the Student Center Ballroom. More than 800 first-year writing students will participate in this event and show off their hard work at the event. It is free and open to the public. Detroit 67 will be performed once again this weekend after a successful first weekend. Performances are in the Quirk Theater at 7 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. While Sunday's performance will be at 2 p.m., tickets are $15 and can be purchased at Quirk or by calling 734-487-1220. Friday Night Movie is back again, this time with the Oscar-recognized film Lady Bird. Lady Bird follows the relationship between a mom and a daughter. It's an entertaining film and will be worth the free price of admission. Showings are at 8 and 10:30 in the Student Center Auditorium. The Student Government Ball will take place from 8 to 11 on Friday night as well. The theme of the night is Circus Under the Stars. Formal attire is required and there will be free food and games all night long as well. As an opportunity to win and Echo Dot. Unprepared and Confident, EMU's second improv troupe will be performing their final showcase of this semester this Saturday in room 310 of the Student Center from 6:30 to Laugh a Minute to 8. Laugh a Minute Enterprises will also be performing as they will take part in their 7th performance of the semester. Stop by for free laughs. And that is all for events around campus this weekend. Temperatures on Thursday and Friday will reach the mid-60s, while the weekend will go down 10 degrees respectfully. Well, Eagles, that's all from me for this semester. It's been a lot of fun dishing and talking to you about Eagle Encounters. I hope to see you next year for the final time. This school year, you've been watching Eagle Encounters, and I'm Gabrielle Reed.
Thank you, Gabrielle. So what are your plans for the summer when you leave here?
So I actually have a lot going on this summer. I've got 2 internships that I'm going to be a part of, Local 4 in Detroit as well as ABC in Toledo. So it's going to be jam-packed, but I'm super excited. What about you?
I'm still waiting. Last semester though, last year, I didn't get an email until late April, and then I was hired a week later. So I still have hope. How about you, Evan? Oh, Evan's down here. We were going to ask him about his summer, but apparently he's fine. So that's all from us.
We want to definitely thank you guys for watching all year. Thanks to all of our crew, producer, and of course, Evan. It's been really great working with you, and we're sad to see you go. Yep. But you're going to do great things.
That's all from us here at eWeekly for today and for the rest of the school year. Thank you all so much for tuning in and for supporting us. It has been a busy year with lots of news, that's for sure. Be sure to follow us online at ETV@EMU, and we'll try to stay active over the summer. I'm Sarah Potteracki.
And I'm Nina Maria Badalamenti. Thank you all, and we hope you have a wonderful summer. See you in the fall.
Are you an EMU student interested in getting a first-hand experience working at a radio station? Well, say no more. EMU offers a class through Eagle Radio that will thoroughly prepare you for a real-life experience. But first, you have to register for the class. Pick a date and a time slot. Then the world is yours. Eagle Radio allows you to be fully independent and customize your own show. Have real conversations about the news, celebrity gossip, update listeners about the weather, play a trivia game. It's your show. You're free to name your show whatever you want and play any edited music of your choice. If you love having heated debates and you feel your words need to be heard, then Eagle Radio is just for you.